Welcome guys, this is Zeus from Infinite Royale speaking again, and today I got my first deck review video for you guys. As the heal spell recently got released in Clash Royale, I made a deck using the heal spell as well as the LavaLoon combination. And yeah, it's kind of complicated, but it is really strong. I'm currently like 18 or 19 wins to 4 or 5 losses only, and I've beaten pretty high players with it. If you want to learn this deck, sit back and enjoy the video.
So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me.
So now I'm gonna tell you what you will see in this video, and in the meanwhile I will show you a replay against a max level player using my LavaLoon heal deck to show how strong this deck actually is. And even without a zap I can beat Inferno Tower players. So yeah. So first in this video I will go through the first part of the game. In the first part you're gonna set up your strategy, and that's what we are gonna talk about. And then in the second part of the game, which is mainly in most of the games the double elixir time, you will use the heal spell effectively after you found out what spells the opponent uses. You will use the heal spell and the bait factor of this deck effectively to overwhelm your opponent. So the main win condition of this deck, of course, is LavaLoon. It's just setting up the Lava Hound and the balloon in behind. So that's pretty straightforward. But also we got a bait factor in this deck. So we got the minions in there as well as the minion horde. And also the lava pups, which can bait arrow, zap or fireball. And that's when the heal spell comes into play, but that is what we're gonna talk about later. And also, as I said, the heal spell, which is a really surprising factor, and it can turn around whole games, so it's kind of like the freeze in that way of winning you games. Now take a look at the screen, because that is where I make my comeback against that almost max level player using a level 11 Inferno Tower. So against Inferno Towers placed in the middle, you can always use minions or the minion horde to kill that. And there I used the minion horde because he used his fireball and a heal spell as well, so that yeah, those troops actually quite fast 3-crown that guy. I gotta admit that this was not the best level 13 player in the world, but still, he was a maxed out player. In the first phase of the game, the main thing you're gonna do is defend basically, so use the minions and the mega minion and the 1 elixir skeletons, and maybe if you need to the minion horde, to defend as cheaply as possible. And while doing that, you're gonna maybe guess your opponent's deck archetype or win condition strategy. And if it's a meta deck, you can maybe already guess their spells if they don't use them straight forward. So if they use their spells, that's when the strategies we're gonna talk about later come into play. So the main thing you're gonna do is find out your opponent's spells. That's the most important thing, because you're gonna play around those spells using the bait factor as well as the heal spell. And of course the balloon. So a pretty offensive deck. If you know your opponent's spells, it's all good, because we got a strategy for every spell combination and how you're gonna work around that spell combination. If you figured out your opponent's spells, there are, as I said, several strategies to work around your opponent's defense. So if your opponent has fireball and zap, the first scenario is he uses the fireball on the lava pups plus balloon when the lava hound dies. In that case, you can support the lava hound with a minion horde eventually, and heal the balloon plus minion horde, because when your opponent has fireball zap, of course the only thing he will have left is the zap, and those stuff won't hurt your minion horde, because you as I said, you heal them up so they can actually beat executioners and princes and all that stuff, except for fire spirits. But fire spirits are not that quite into the meta, so you don't need to worry about that. The second scenario is that your opponent zaps the lava pups after they died. So in that case, you just go ahead and throw a heal on the lava pups and the balloon, because the zap won't kill the pups immediately, at least a tournament standard. And yeah, you can also support your push with a minion horde or regular minions to bait out their arrows, because they either need, or their fireball in that case, because they either need to kill the lava pups or the minions or your minion horde. So great bait factor. If your opponent has lightning and arrows, which is quite common in some LavaLoon decks, you really need to bait out their arrows, because you need the lava pups alive to shield for the balloon. So what you can do is set up a lava hound in the back, support the lava hound with minions as soon as he crosses the bridge, and if your opponent arrows them, you can go ahead and use a minion horde in behind and stuff. So just make sure that your opponent uses the arrows not on the lava pups, because you need them to shield for the balloon. The second scenario is your opponent lightning your LavaLoon push, so lightning on the balloon plus lava. In that case, you just go ahead and heal him up, because there will most likely be other defensive troops trying to finish the balloon off, but the lightning won't kill the balloon. So just go ahead and heal, and maybe support the push with minions to bait the arrows out. And the last case is rocket. If your opponent uses rocket, he will most likely be like zap bait or a mortar cycle. So the rocket won't kill the balloon as well, so you can just go ahead and heal, and as well support the push with a minion horde, because they need to focus on either the lava pups or the minion horde, and you need to wait a little on the minion horde, so that your minion horde and lava pups won't get arrowed at the same time for a huge amount of elixir value. And stuff you can heal as well would be like the minion horde or the minions, if they going ahead straight into a princess, because then they can kill her and do great damage on the tower, or a leftover mega minion or minion horde, or just regular minions. If the opponents think they won't do damage anymore, you can heal them up and even take whole towers with that strategy. And also, if the opponent zaps your minion horde at the bridge, you can heal them up to kill your opponent's tower quickly. Starting hand wise, you always want to wait for your opponent's first move. So there are again several strategies what you can do. First, if the lava hound is in your starting hand, that's always like the best thing. So if your opponent uses a tank in the back, first you're gonna want to set up a lava hound in the back and set defense troop behind him to kill that giant, maybe, or royal giant or golem, whatever. If you don't have your lava hound in your starting hand, cycle to the lava hound, and if you can't cycle to the lava hound, then just set up some defensive cards in the back. So that's like the worst starting hand in that scenario. If the opponent starts aggressive, like RG or E-Barbs or Hog Rider on the bridge, you defend smartly and try to predict your opponent a little there. So like not use the minion horde straight in the beginning, but use like a mega minion or minions to defend, and then set up your lava hound afterwards when the have their win condition out of cycle. If the opponent starts passive with a Mega Minion in the back maybe or a Musketeer, you can go ahead and play a Lava Hound in that same lane to soak up the damage, or in the other lane if you don't want to deal with that troop in your offense. So like Executioners are like troops that I like to ignore, so I set up my Lava Hound in the other lane. And yeah, if you don't have your Lava Hound in cycle, you can just go ahead and start passively as well with a Mega Minion in the back or stuff. So nothing too expensive. And last thing is when the opponent starts with an Elixir Collector, you want to go ahead and Fireball it. If you don't have the Fireball in your starting hand, go ahead and cycle to the Fireball. If you can't cycle to the Fireball, just set up a Hound in that lane to maybe try to get off a huge push to kill that Elixir Pump as well. So that's also great value. And last but not least, I have a classic challenge here just waiting to be finished, so let's hop right into the last match and apply some of the rules we just learned. So let's go. Let's go. Good luck, thumbs up and mute. Okay, just directly starting off with a princess. Let's kill that. So what does a princess tell us? I think he's playing bait. I don't see much else princess use, so okay. We're gonna ignore that goblin barrel, because we can also always ignore some damage just to set up a bigger push. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And a minion horde here. And let's see what he uses spells wise. Okay, now all my troops clump together. Okay, he missed the fireball and I'm... Dang it! I thought he was going with a princess there. Well played. Didn't suspect Fire Spirit there. So yeah, well played there. And yeah, but we're looking quite good. We're actually in the lead. Let's just defend that with some skeletons over here to neglect some damage at least. And let's set up another Lava Hound push. Let's see what he does. I'm expecting a princess somewhere near. Yeah, back there. Okay. So let's go with a Lava Hound. With a balloon and some minions in the middle. Yeah, exactly. Killing his Inferno Tower. Okay, he used that, so let's heal up. Dang it, again! So let's shield that princess and use a Mega Minion on defense on that Goblin Barrel. Let's go with Balloon again. Okay, and heal. This is a great use of the heal, keeping the balloon alive to finish the tower off. Great. So yeah, now we can go for this for the next tower. We're gonna set up skeletons again, and yeah. Okay, maybe we're gonna lose that tower, but that's okay, because in double elixir time we definitely have the stronger offense, and we can use our minion horde offensively as well. So yeah. That's locked on here, and he just used his fireball, so let's heal all that up. Try to predict the fire spirit somewhere over here. Okay, they're in the middle, but that's still okay. Our balloon is at half HP and everything is just rushing at his tower, and there is the victory. Let's open up the chest and finish the video with a nice 12 wins victory. 100 cards. And there's our chest, so let's open it up right now. Okay, we're getting some gold, 14 ice spirits. Oh great, minion horde, almost to level 12. I'm requesting that right now. And unfortunately no legendary for us today, but heal spell, that's great. And epic wise, a balloon would be appreciated. Well, okay, my 50th mirror. I take that, I take that. And if you have questions for the deck, please ask me. because I will answer them in the comments down below. And yeah, that being said, we are gonna see us in the next episode of Infinite Royale, and bye.